If you are under the age of 18 and you are watching this video, please stop now. This content was not intended for you. Hey everybody, it's TMIKA and I am here to share with you guys a process video of how I print, well actually how I purchase and print and go through the order. Hey everybody, it's TMIKA and I am here to share with you guys my process video of how I do my digital papers. So when I uploaded the series of Help Me Fill My Trolley, I will put that in the link below or in a card or at the end, something like that, so you guys can see. I did a process of doing six embellishments and filled a trolley and sent it off in a swap. So in that video, I used all digital paper that I printed off, and I had a ton of questions, a ton of emails, how I use, what I use, how do I do it, how do I print it. So it's a fairly simple process once you get it down. And I just wanted to share with you guys the process of how I do it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll try my best to word the answers for you in the comment section. Also, everything that I mentioned will be in the description box, the links and stuff that I use in case I fail to mention it in the video. And then I'll pin whatever extra I need to add in the comments. So be sure to check the comment section. The first pinned comment will be mine, and I'll add edits and things there. So as I've said many times before, I have a new printer. It's not new now. It's on month 3. I got it in December for Christmas, and it prints 12 by 12 paper. So I purchased like specialty paper that I want to use for printing my ephemera that I fussy cut out and things like that. So like I said, all that will be down below linked for you guys. So I want to share with you, first I'm going to take a little clip of how I store the digital paper collections that I have out, and I'm going to do like a little video. Hopefully it'll work well with my camera to get you guys to see what it looks like and how I store it. I purchased a Hobby Lobby, what is this called? A Hobby Lobby paper stand. It was $14.99. I caught it on the last little 40% off clearance coupon thing, and I wish I had two. They had two, but they didn't. Just had the one. I would have got two. But anyway, this is what it looks like. It's a 1, 2, 3. You can hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, and then as you can see, it's uneven because I have 12 by 12 and 8.5 by 11 sheets in here. So my 8.5 by 11, I can store 3 in here, maybe 4. I think I have 4. 1, 2, this has 5. You can store a lot. It's pretty thick, it's pretty sturdy, it's wire. So I'm going to go with you over some of the paper collections that I have just really quickly, and so you can see how they print and how they look and how I package them, and then we'll jump right into the how-to video. I am using a Silhouette Cameo for my printing needs, so I believe that you can use the same type of concept for if you have a Cricut. So let me go over what I do here. So this one, I use labels on ones I think I need to use the labels on. So I just have these little staple labels that I put on my paper, and I'm using wide 12 by 12 plastic sheets. They are always in my description box on Amazon. So what I do when I'm doing a collection, like I did this, I use Magical Forest for a challenge entry that I did for Simply Shantae. And then with that, I cut out some flowers. And I always do that when I have leftover papers, like big chunks here. You can see this is actually 2 sheets. Like I didn't want to cut up this swan because that could be used for a bigger project. And I didn't want to cut up that pink paper because also all I did was take out the envelope. But for the smaller pieces that are left over, or pieces I don't prefer, like I'm not going to use anymore, these colors are so pretty. I wanted to make them into flowers, which is what I sent her. So I used the leftover sheets, and then while my Cameo is up and running, I just cut out some flowers. So that's what those are, like rolled flowers. And then normally this little extra pack just has the ephemera that I either cut out with my Cameo, or I take them to work and then I cut them out myself, like hand cut, and do them over my lunch break. So something to do while I'm watching Hoarders. I know I'm kind of weird, but I'll just be cutting or rolling flowers during my lunch break. So I put all of that, I keep all that in here, printed off by 12 by 12, and it actually looks like it's from like the paper company, but I'm really just printing on white basil cardstock. Either I'm using basil cardstock from Joann's, or I'm using another paper. I think I just got another one too. Let me go grab it. So I purchased this from Hobby Lobby, this 12 by 12. You can see it has a yellow tone to it, and I don't like it. So like for my more vintage papers, or papers I don't mind having like this little off-white balance. It's not pure white, but I got this from Hobby Lobby. This is my second favorite if I can't find a basil, and I get these from Amazon. Very good price for these ones. So 25 sheets in there. So I buy that if I can't get the basil from Joann's. So moving on, because some people really wanted to know the papers that I had. So you can fast forward. I'll put a little timestamp if you want to jump right into the video of how I do it. But for those of you who wanted to get an idea of my digital paper collections, here you go. So I have the Magical Forest. This is such a pretty paper. I'm not going to take them all out, and then I have the other half of Magical Forest, because I printed it 1.5 times. Like I printed all of the sheets that I wanted, and then some of the extra sheets that I needed for that particular project. So when I'm done with that project, I still have a whole paper collection left. I have Garden Party. This is the newest paper collection from Echo Park. And then I printed off this paper I got from Etsy. This is going to be a swap coming up. I'm hoping to have this swap up on Sunday. So if you guys are interested in that little sneak peek, paper is really, really pretty. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all, but I got this off of Etsy. But it's going to be a mystical, magical unicorn swap. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Like I said, I'm hoping to have that up on Sunday. And I have the Serenity paper collection. I still have to fussy cut these out. This is, I printed with my older, not old printer, but the printer that I had before, the 12 by 12, which I still use. And I've cut this out. I was doing Nicole's bag, Nicole Silhouette's medical bag, but I printed this out on my other, my 8.5 by 11 printer. And I just have to go back and fussy cut out those. And this is some cute little panda paper, some Mickey Mouse paper. I don't have a bunch of it, so I just put them together. This is like the Dane paper collection. I can't remember, but it has all those little vintagey stuff going on. Let's see here. And I printed this on some light. Look how pretty that is. Super cute. A lot of my paper, well, you'll see in the video what I talk about. A lot of my paper, oh, did I put that in there? Yeah, I did. I had to remember. Did I put that part in there? I did. A lot of my papers I got from Snap Click Supply or AC Digitals, my two favorite, Etsy. This is a really cute Christmas paper. This is a cute little vintagey Christmas. It's really cute, and it just printed out beautifully. Isn't that cute? I would love to do like a little pocket letter with this. Make some cards. Little cute little shabby vintage cards with them. So, I don't want to tear all my bags. I hope I'm still on frame here. Okay. So we got that. I'm going to get these out of the way. I'm going to try to put these back where I got them from. And then on this third shelf, I printed, I think this is DIY Home, I think. And then I have some Whimsy, is it Polka Doodles? Yeah, Polka Doodles ephemera. Not ephemera, little images, pre-colored images. This is, I think it's Mary Frances. It's from, what is that company's name? it's a shabbier paper. It's a cute like just papers that you need for backgrounds or you need to fill in. I keep making this stick, which is making my bag rip, which I do not like. And then this is my paper collection. Of course, I'll have that link down below, but look how beautiful that Christmas paper is. And I cut out some of the ephemera on that. And this actually goes with this. These two are together. So it's just like backgrounds that are pretty that you can add to cards and whatnot. Carousel, Flourish, pretty paper. I printed another unicorn paper that I had before, and this is another Christmas paper. I think this one came from Creative Market, and the ephemera is in here too as well. It's a really cute paper. I forget the name of it. Like I said, I'll try to find as many as I can, but it's a really cute, different kind of a Christmas. The deers are so pretty. And I printed this on 8.5 by 11. This is before I got my printer. My printer that prints on my 12 by 12 papers. And then the ephemera, I just have in a separate bag that I've cut out. So they can all just kind of go together as my collections. And this is like a shabby, just a few pieces in there of paper that I got from Etsy. I told y'all I was doing Christmas all year round. This is the leftover paper that I shared in my December daily. This goes with that pink collection that I printed off. It was like a super huge collection, and I printed off its pinks and mints and greens, just shabby stuff that can be great for your crafting. This is another Christmas collection. Let's see which one. Oh, these are just yeah, this was a sale. Market something from Etsy. I mean, not Etsy. I printed this on heavy paper. I used a lot of it, but some of the basics are left for the Christmas crafting. Another digital Christmas paper. When I tell you guys I catch my little dollar sales, I catch my dollar sales. Look how pretty that is. And I printed this on, let's see how thick that is. I printed this on heavyweight cardstock. Make cute little albums, just quick and easy little albums with that. And then we have one more. This is so cute. This is a collection I have had in my stash for, I'm gonna say 2 years, and I just never printed it on 8.5 by 11 or nothing or anything. Look how pretty these are. Just pretty shabby mint polka dot basic colors that'll go great on backgrounds on my crafts, things like that. Just a really pretty paper collection, and I printed this on a 12 by 12. I have the Hey Hello collection that I printed off on a 12 by 12, and I love it. This is the ephemera that I cut out to go with it. Just loaded ephemera. And this paper again, super cute. I got some pieces double-sided. They were on sale at Joann's for 25 cents. So I saw them there when I went to get some more paper. But look at this. Look at these cute tags. Look how these tags print out. Just gorgeous. And then that's another set of tags. This paper is just really, really cute. I love it. So I'm going to be working with this one here soon. And then I have the rest of my that I did the trolley with, and it's what is the name of this paper? Oh my gosh, it's can't think of it. I'm moving on. And this one, you know what, I think I have the wrong paper what I put on there. That other one is not Magical Forest. I think I was wondering what happened to that sticker. This isn't Magical Forest. This has to be what is this paper? Or maybe I printed out. Did I print this out this time? I don't know. Now I have to go back. Yeah, this one is Magical Forest. This one for sure is Magical Forest, right? So then that's that. So I gotta take this paper out of here. This ephemera goes in there. That's what happens when you're working with too much. I'll have to figure out. That's why I should have labeled it right away. So let me put this back in here because I know for sure this one is that. I know for sure. Oh, this is the 6x8 pad that I had that's left over. So I'm sticking it in here with that. I can't figure it out, but I will by the time this video uploads. So that's it of the 12x12. So now we're just going to get right into the video. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, leave them below. If you guys can take a minute to like this video, it really does help the channel out. It does help it move around so the other people are aware that I'm here, y'all. We trying to do this. All right, like the video and leave a comment down below. All right, here we go. All right, so the two main companies that I use for digital paper is Snap Click Supply. I love Snap Click Supply because their digital products are fairly reasonably priced, and they have them broken down into mega packs, which would include like a whole collection kit, all of the ephemera, all of the pattern papers, and then you can also most times purchase, like here they have the paper separated into two. You can get this piece of the 12 sheets or this 12 sheets, and then they'll have the elements 1, 2, and 3 in this collection, particularly Flower Garden by Cartabella. They'll have it all separated. Another thing that I like about, oh, I didn't even notice this one. Welcome Spring, Welcome Easter paper pack. These all must be very new. I just saw that first one and I was like, ooh, I have to get that. But another thing that I like about Snap Click Supply is on Wednesdays, they have $1 Wednesday, and you usually would get an email, but you can also come to the sale space here and it'll say $1 Wednesday, and it'll show you all of the items that you can get for $1. And typically it's usually a paper collection and one piece of the ephemera that you can get. So wait a while for it to come back around. Eventually you'll collect all of the pieces of ephemera and papers for that collection, but usually it's the 12 sheets of paper or whatever paper pad they're going to put on $1, and then a coordinating element. So for $2, you get yourself a nice little setup. The other company that I love to use is AC Digitals, and I have this black square. I literally typed in black square because my computer wouldn't allow me to put a black square on top of my address, which is all of this information here, my account information. But I wanted to share with you the site AC Digitals, and they have tons of new brands. They carry crepe paper and they carry just pebbles, a bunch of stuff. As you can see, I've purchased quite a few digital collections from them. Most recently, I think I got Sweet Story, so I've already printed the ephemera out for that, so I just have to print the paper. But today I'm going to go over with you the process of doing the digital. I get a lot of questions about, darn it, I just locked myself out. I get a lot of questions about the digital collections. Give me a second. Let me log myself back in. All right, I get a lot of questions about how I do digital printing, and my situation has changed recently as of Christmas because I purchased myself a printer that I've been talking about. I know you guys have heard it a bunch of times. I purchased myself a printer that can print my 12x12. So I've been printing at home, buying the ink on Amazon with, the photo paper from my journaling. So journaling spots or my ephemera. So that's what I've been doing at home. But for years, and all of my 8.5 by 11s, or majority of my 8.5 by 11 paper, have been printed by UPS online, UPS store online, or Office Depot, depending on who has a coupon. Usually it's Office Depot has 20 to 30% off most times of your printing. So we're going to do like a run through of that, and then I'll show you quickly what I do on the silhouette. So once you purchase your item on Snap Click Supply, all of your orders will be listed here of everything that you purchased over the time. And then you will get an email and you'll download it, or you can click directly on your order, which if I click on this order, my address will pop up, but I'll show you guys. I'll get to the next step. So give me a second. All right, so this paper was on sale. It's normally $12.99, But what's really cool about this particular paper is it's the mega collection. And you will get all of this. You'll get 28 12 by 12 papers, 14 of two different, so 14 set one. I just pointed on the computer like you guys can see that. This in 14 and this in 14. Hold on, my husband is calling. Let me answer this phone real quick. All right, as I was saying, so yeah, I love this paper. When I first saw it, I peeped on the website. I was like, oh gosh, this paper is cute, and I'm in a swap, and I think this paper would be perfect. But I like it in the mega collections because it has this paper pack, and it gives you a sneak slip of all of the sheets of paper. So these are the 14 pattern pieces of paper, and it is like a follow-up to like the spring market and the farmhouse of their collection. But look how cute these papers are. And then you'll get element pack 1, which includes all these tags that you can cut out, all this little ephemera. They have frames and things. You'll get element pack 2, which is the same thing, ephemera, you know, yada yada yada. This little cart here is their logo, so that's going to be on all of them. But so you get that and some little sayings there, and then here you'll get all of these pieces of ephemera that you can fussy cut out or cut out on your die cutting machine. So from there, this is what I do. Since I go with the paper first. I always download papers first, and then I have my external hard drive connected to my MacBook, because that's where all of my I'm in the process of getting all of the stuff off my Mac computer and my MacBook and putting it onto my hard drive so that it'll free up space for my software that I need to do, like my Silhouette, the iMovie, and all Inkscape, all the stuff that I need to do. So I have my hard drive connected here. So that you'll see. I'm going to delete this window because I think I'm safe now. And I'm not going to print anything from AC Digitals right now, so I can click out of that. So I'm going to open up the paper pad 1 first. So that's open. And then that's 2. So paper pad 1, let's get this open a smidge more, and then I'll do it where you guys can see it a little better. Just delete. After I've opened them up, I'll delete the zip files. I don't need the space. I don't need to take up any space. So we're gonna open up paper pad 1, and I always delete this stuff because I read it, don't share it, don't do anything. Got it. I don't need it for all of my papers. So this is what they all look like, all these papers. Now everything is super small here, and what I'll do is create a folder, and then I'll just label it garden. Just simple. And then I take all of my papers from 1, I put it in that folder. And I go back, I open up 2, and then we're going to get rid of the about, the JPEG, and the terms of use. Delete that. And then I put all of these lovelies in that folder. And now I can go into my downloads where I downloaded it and get this off and put all that in the trash, because my folder is right here. Open up garden, everything, all of my papers are in one little folder. All right. And then I'm going to go to my, what is this? My hard drive. And I'm going to create another folder in my digital paper. All right, then I will go here, open up a new folder, and label that flower garden. And then I'll say, so I'll know Cartabella Shabby. So I'll know it's that one. Okay. And then I will take this folder, open it up. I could have put this on the desktop too, but it's just so much easier to put it all in a folder. Open up that folder and throw it in the for real folder. Done. And now I can throw that in the trash. Empty my trash. We're done. And so now it's all in here. So that's where that is. And then all I do is, for home now, I'll just open up all of these I'll select them all. I'll open. It's going to ask me, do I really want to open 28 items? Yes. And then I will print them from here. See, this is how they come up. I can even select which ones I don't want to print. So I can just scan down. Look how beautiful this paper is. I can scan down and say, I don't want to. I haven't come across one that I don't want to print yet, because I probably will print all of these. Maybe not that one, because I never know what to do with those super large sheets. Or you know what? I won't print. No, that's a perfect color too, whatever is in there. Yeah, I probably won't print this one, so I can just select close, and then I probably won't print this seeds. So yeah, I have 26 pages, and then I would just press print, and then I would select my printer, and which is that, and then I'll go down to untitled is what it is what I set my dimensions to, 12 by 12. It'll fill the entire sheet of paper, and then I will select ink. I have low ink. I will select print and get that printed. So actually, I will do that now, and I'll put some paper in there. All right, while that's working on that, if you weren't going to go print at home, then I go to, like I said, Office Depot. And since that's all been downloaded already, so I'm going to select the services, okay? And then enjoy 15% off if I sign up for your email. So you can do that, sign up for your email, get your coupon, and then when it's not on sale, you can come back and enjoy 15% off. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So I just put in my email, another email address. I'm pretty sure if I log in, they'll be like, you already used that coupon. All right. So from there, of course, you want to select this shop now button so you can add that 20% off coupon. So there it is. Your coupon has been added and applied to your cart. Go to services and scroll down to print and copy and copies. And then there will take you to this screen where you can pull the file from wherever you save the print files that you want. So we have coming from my device, and it's in my drive. So it's in my drive. It was in the digital paper folder, and then I labeled it Flower Garden Cartabella. You can change the view, however you want the view to be, list or column. And then you can select all of these and then hit open if you want all of them to be uploaded. You can select a couple if you want. So you would hit the one that you want and then hit the shift key and hold it down, and then use the mouse to click on the ones that you just want. So like that. So right now I'm just going to do 3 just for the sake of the video not being so long. This will upload here, and then you press upload. You can also delete when you get in there. If you realize, dang, I didn't want 3, I only wanted 1. You can delete it once it's done uploading. So it doesn't take very long unless you have just like a ton of them. But so this will bring up this screen, and here will show you how they'll print. Now they will print on 8.5 by 11. So you see how that looks. I want to scroll right down here on the left where it says fit to paper, and I'm going to fit it to paper. That way it'll condense it and it'll look nice on the 8.5 by 11. So flipping to page 2, that's how 2 looks, and then flipping to page 3, that's page 3. So we don't want to keep size because it'll be spread out in the 12 by 12. And then the next thing you want to do, you can name your you have to name your project. So I'm just going to put my name in there. I just want 1. There's 3 pages. I want 1 set of the 3 pages. This will give you the recommended options for the paper that you want. Standard is 28 pounds. That's a light copy paper. I never pick that unless I need just regular copies. Of course, they offer if you want to be stapled and collated and all that stuff. So paper sizes, obviously, I'm going to do 8.5 by 11, which is right here. Paper types is where you want to go, and we want to click on the white. Here's your standard, 24, 28 pounds. I always am in cardstock, and there's also a 12 point. The point is how thick you want your cardstock to be. 8, 10, 12 being the thickest. I always pick, 65 is okay too, but I always go to the 110 pound, and that's what I select. So for these 3 sheets of paper, it'll be $1.83, and I select add to cart. That's all that I do. And then here, we're going to proceed to checkout. I didn't log in, so nothing personal should pop up. So you can here select delivery, which is a fee, and then or you can select curb and store pickup, which is what I do. They'll send you a text and say your papers are ready. I send it back and say I'm here. I pull up outside. Somebody magically opens the door, says my name, and sticks my paper in there. So here's my 20%. Little note: you can only use it one time per day. So they were like, you already used this code, so you can't. So remember, if you're doing this, make sure you have all of the papers that you want printed. You can always go back to Office, this dot over here in the red, and upload a different project. Name your projects and upload it. So if I use this right now, my total checkout will be $1.58 for those. All right. And then when you get further down this little checkout process, it'll ask you if you want to get a text message when your order is ready. You put your phone in, and that's how you're able to see when your order is ready and check in. So I'm not going to order that because I'm printing it now. You can already hear it. So I'm not going to order that. But then let's go back to the ephemera portion. So we've already downloaded the paper, we printed the paper, or we've sent the paper to be printed. If you're doing this next step, don't check out yet, and you're sending it to Office Depot, don't check out yet. Upload your paper in one, so you can have two different files. Upload your paper, come back, and then you can upload your ephemera. So I'm just going to upload one ephemera right now and show you how to do it. That way I won't take a lot of your time. And so your ephemera is downloaded, and it's right here. So I'm going to open it up. So it has 48 items in here. I'm going to double click that and open that up. So this is all the ephemera that's in the collection. And then I don't want that. And then we don't want these two things, because this is why I say I do this every time, because it's always in everything, everything that you open. All right, so I'm going to open this up a little bit bigger. All right, now we got a little bit larger. Jeez. So this is all my ephemera. It's so cute. I probably just did it just a little too large. Let's go down a smidge. Let's go down a smidge, TMIKA, so we can see normally. Okay. So for purposes of this video, I am just going to transfer a couple of pieces of ephemera. So I'm going to, I don't want to open that. I'm going into my Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to hit Library. And then over here, I am going to create a new folder, because I just like to do my stuff. So when I'm looking for something, I know where it is. So I'm going to name this, what was that again? Actually, I'm going to name it, because I think I have another one over there. I'm going to name it Cardabella Flower Garden. Okay, so then I'm going to go find that. It'll place it in alphabetical order. So it should be way up here. There we go. So I'm going to click on this one. And this is where I am. I'm in the Cardabella. So I'm going to select File, Library, Import to Library. Okay. And then I am going to grab my downloads. So that's my download. I'm going to open that up, and then I am going to highlight everything, because I want everything to be all in one place. I'll take those 45, make sure that I'm on Cardabella Flower Garden, and press that there. And then it will automatically start to merge all that stuff into that Cardabella Flower Garden folder. All right, so that's in there. And well, I might as well just do the rest of them since I'm here. So I'm going to go to Library. Oh wait, I have to first download 2 and download 3. That way I can get out of this little section here. So I'm going to do that really quickly. And then that's ready to open. I'm done with this. That's already been merged in. Throw that away. 2. Gonna open that up. All right, that's in there. Great. Downloads to. Oh, forgot to take this out. We're missing one more. There it is. There you are. They tried to hide it. And I'll go back to the Cartabella folder, which has 45 items. I always like to pay attention to that. I'm going to select File, Import to Library. I'm going to go to my downloads, open up 2, highlight all of that, which are 45 as well, and dump that in the flower garden, which make this 90 items in this folder once it's done. All right, and then the last one, and we have total of all of these 135 in there. So now I'm going to go back to my downloads folder and just delete all of these things that I don't need to keep, just to keep this cleaned out. And empty my trash. Okay, we're out of there. So everything is here. Now for the sake of the video, I said I am just going to open a few items so it won't go so long. So first I got to get my page ready. I'm going to go to design if you have a silhouette, and my settings will be to open my registration marks, and I'm going to click the on button. Let me see if I can you guys can see. Okay, so I collect this will, when you turn your registration marks, it'll bring up this little design here where you're not supposed to outstep. Don't go past these boundaries of this paper when you're putting your objects on here. So I'm going to go to the library, and I'm going to grab this card, and I'm going to right click and select merge. That way it'll go right into this space. And then I'm just going to grab a few more. Let's see, let's merge that. Everything becomes a merge after that. If you want to do another page, then you can just select open, and it will open up on another page. So I'll start to do that once this page is getting full. I'll set up another one and then just start to open up and load onto there. So it'll just all pile on top of each other. So that's that. This is that transparency. That's why I like my page to be a little bit darker so I can see what's happening here. So once I get them all on here, I load up my paper as much as I can, leaving a little bit of border around to create an offset. That is super tiny. I'm just going to load that up, widen that up a little bit. All right, so if we hit the send button, it'll take us to my silhouette is not plugged up here yet, but it'll take us to this page, and I'm going to select them all and hit cut. So when you hit cut, the red line indicate what will be cut when you cut this or push this through your machine. So all of this will be cut like this in squares and rectangles, which we don't want. We want it to cut the outline of the ephemera. I always do this first to see if maybe the people who created the files have already done it for us, but 100 times they've never. So we have to do it ourselves, and that's the harder part that people have the problem with. All right, so we're going to select the trace area, and we're going to highlight everything. All right, it's already on solid fill, so I'm going to increase my threshold till every part that I want to be cut is cut. So I move it over between 93 and 100. So it looks like this right here, this cart will cut around this border. So if you really want this border, you can fussy cut that out, or you can maybe do trace outer edge, but I don't care. I don't want the border. I really just want the cart anyway. So you can see everything that's full yellow is what will be cut. And then you want to select trace and detach. Let the computer work its magic. And then what will happen is you are going to move your objects. Now this works for me 90+% of the time. If you have objects that were grouped together differently, they have compound paths and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes some of these flower bits will get cut off. You'll have to like piece it back together, but those are those intricate portions. So let's see how this, okay, yep. So it took off this border, which like I said, I don't care. I really just want the cart. And now you want to go back and clean up all of this and cut it. So now when you bring this back onto your mat, and press the send button, see, now it cuts out around all of the images. How pretty. I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to create an offset because I like a little border. If you don't want a little border, go ahead and push this through. It'll cut really close to your image. So I'm going to select offset. I'm going to highlight everything and it's going to be a regular offset. And I am just going to do a little one. So I don't want 1.25. I'm going to do 0.50 and hit apply. It's a nice close offset. All right. I'm just going to move these a little bit out of the way. Just a smidge. Some people do these a lot differently than I do. And I want the inside of the photo to be no cut. So I'm making sure that all of these are no cut when I click on it, which they are. And then I'm going to click on the frame and select cut because we don't want the photo to be cut, that we just needed that to be printed. So I'm going to go back, select cut, not cut edge, but just cut. So now all of this is cut. All of them have their little backing pieces. Go back to design, and then we're just going to line this up. Now, if you feel like, see, that's perfectly aligned. But if you feel like you can't get it lined up perfectly, come around over here to this here button here, the transform, and then we want to click, highlight your two items, and then just click everything. So this, you can click this middle, align center, align vertical. It's in there. Then I'm going to right click and group it. That's done. Move that off to the side. But I'm okay with eyeballing. It doesn't have to be perfect for me. And I'm like to think that I'm pretty good at eyeballing. And then I just group them together because I want them to be able to move individually in case I need them to be spaced out or put them on another page, or I'm running out of room and such and things like that. So one more here, and we're going to group it together. So now I can put all of these on the page and get them cut, leaving just a, a little bit of space because you don't want them to touch and you don't want to go outside your line. So you want to make sure that you fill up your paper to get the most use out of your paper. So we would hit the send button, and see here, I'm out of line here. That's why I always check with the send and just make sure that that stays. If I go a little bit past, see, this won't be cut. It'll literally stop. So stay within your border. And then that's it. You press send and the computer, your Silhouette machine, will cut all around all of these items because it'll read these registration marks here, which is this dot, this little corner, and this little corner, and it'll tell the computer where to cut, which are all these red lines once you stick your paper in. All right, so what I just showed you was if you're going to print at home, but if you're going to add this to the digital paper that you're printing at the Office Depot, you want to do the following. So put more ephemera on your paper. Again, don't go past these registration marks, and leave some space so that your your machine can cut and have some room to move around. So what you want to do is you want to press the print button. And then it's going to come up like this. Well, yours may not, but mine's do. This is the registration mark, all of these little marks. And then I'm going to select print. So what I'm going to do though down here is save as a PDF. So we're going to press save as a PDF. And then we're going to just label it whatever. I'm just going to put test, and I'm going to save it on the desktop. And I'm going to press save. And then what it's going to do is make a copy of this or save it as a PDF. We're going to pull it up, and this is how it would, come up on 8.5 by 11 as the PDF. It's just large here because the way my printer settings are set for 12 by 12. So, but this will print out on 8.5 by 11. You will then send this to Office Depot, and upload it just like we did the rest of the files. And then that's it. So once you get all of your papers back in your hand with all of these registration marks, go back to your Silhouette Cameo, whatever, your Cricut, and Put the paper on your mat. Do not touch this while you're gone. As a matter of fact, I would just save this and get out. Don't move anything. Don't even say, oh, I should just move this over just a smidge. Nope. After you have saved it as a PDF, don't touch anything on the screen. Just save it and get out of it. So this stays up for me. I just leave the screen on, go pick up my papers, and then come back. So now you want to put your paper on your mat, and then you want to send it, and it will read the registration marks that you just picked up from the Office Depot. So that's how that works. Those are the ways that you can, where did my tag go? Those are the ways that you can print at home or print at Office Depot. So that's it, guys. I do hope you understand what I did, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. If you could take a minute and like this video, that would definitely help me out, and leave a comment and let me know what you think, or if you want to know more. I hope that you guys will try this and play around with your digital papers. All of the links that I mentioned in this video that I can find, or that I find useful or helpful for you guys, I will put them down below. Talk to you soon. Bye.